Well, it seems the Merced County grand jury came through on this, but many other questions still remain unanswered. Los Banos city government's lack of transparency in how it spent nearly $10 million in federal grant funds specifically granted to help local businesses in Los Banos navigate after tough economic times imposed by the COVID lockdowns. The City of Los Banos was singled out by the Merced County Civil Grand Jury for its lack of transparency and faulty practices in handing out grants under the Federal American Rescue Plan Act. The grand jury wrote that Los Banos' guidelines were not clearly defined or adequately publicized, despite numerous requests from local business owners interested in applying for the grants that were hit hard economically during the lockdowns, either because their businesses were forced to close or severely limit the goods and services they offered. A local business owner who has appeared frequently at city council meetings to complain about the council's conduct stated he was not surprised by the report, though he felt the grand jury could have gone much further than they did. Concerned citizens wonder why the grand jury stopped short? Did they find something that would trigger federal investigations and open a Pandora's box? Or is there a nexus between jury members and Los Banos city government's officials, the gatekeepers of the federal grant money? As the business owner of a gym in Los Banos, his business received an ARPA grant of $15,000 in May 2023. A short time later, he learned other businesses, including one owned by City Councilman Ken Lambert, and others owned by people with connections to council members, had gotten the full $25,000. This gym owner wanted to learn why he had not. His gym was closed 84 days during the pandemic quarantine, then operated under severe restrictions for the first year of recovery. Failing to get answers through repeated phone calls and emails, the local business owner began attending city council meetings where he pointed out inconsistencies in how businesses were chosen for grants and how much they received, and the city's failure to follow the federal guidelines. Then, in March, he was requested to testify before the grand jury. Once the grand jury investigation started, he states, city officials started behaving differently. They had been trying to impose their authority and be big shots, but after the grand jury called, it was, let's sit down and talk about it. At least 5 people with knowledge of questionable decisions by the Los Banos City Council were asked to testify before the grand jury. 3 said they brought extensive documentation about either ARPA irregularities or other issues. All were disappointed to report the grand jury took no interest in the documents they provided. It begs the question, what other issues are they covering up? The Merced grand jury failed to delve further for the answers. Los Banos offered no explanations, and once ARPA money has been designated as revenue replenishment, it appears that it can be transferred into the general fund to be used for any city purpose, an issue that was not addressed by the grand jury. There is no explanation as to where $6.5 million went. Meanwhile, the city spent almost all of the money that was designated to be used for public health to several businesses that are not even located in Los Banos. Those businesses are Pro-Force Law Enforcement of Brea, who was paid a total of $39,989 in Los Banos' ARPA funds. Victory Tactical Gear of San Ramon got $12,332, and Fresno-based Cooks Communications, which specializes in emergency systems, got $12,434. 2 companies affiliated with Penn Link Lieutenant of Lincoln, Nebraska, got a total of $24,902, while the Radar Shop of Wichita, Kansas got $540. Concerned citizens ask, why were these non-local businesses able to apply for local ARPA grants? And who in Los Banos city government are they connected to?